Welcome all to our weekly Dhamma series. We are learning and having a Mudita journey with Ayya, Dr. Pannatheri. This would be our lecture number 4 in the series and the last lecture. Before we start our session, I just wanted to introduce our speaker, Ayya Dr. Pannatheri, to you. She is a Theravada Buddhist nun from Myanmar and completed her MA in Buddhist Studies, Postgraduate Institute of Pali, and Buddhist Studies, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. She received the Gold Medal Award in her MA program. Ayya recently completed her PhD at Shan State Buddhist University in Myanmar, and her topic of PhD thesis was grief management and Buddhist psychology. Grief as in Soka management and Buddhist psychology. She is also teaching there as a Theravada Buddhist meditation, theory and practice for postgraduate diploma and MA programs at Shan State Buddhist University. Her primary interests are integration of Theravada Buddhist psychological teachings into contemporary Western psychotherapies. With regards to meditation practices, she is familiar with Satipatthana, Samatha, and Vipassana meditation practices in different traditions in Myanmar. For example, Mahasi, Pauk, Shevumin, Mogok, SN Goenka, Paditaram, etc. Besides, Ayya is a founder of Bodhitheri Meditation Center in Tuangui, Myanmar, and is always organizing online meditation retreats and Dhamma teachings for all of us Upasaks. So with that short introduction for Ayya Dr. Pannatheri, I wanted to welcome Ayya to the session on Mudita journey. And this would be our last session, session number 4 or day 4. And on behalf of all the participants, I wanted to request Ayya to please give us a Dhamma Desna today. Ayya, Dr. Pannatheri.
Thank you very much. Before we start the session, shall we recite the Buddha for 3 times? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Thank you. So today is our day 4 and as well as the last day of our Mudita journey. So today, as I mentioned yesterday, we will talk about grief, Soka. That is my PhD thesis topic as well as the my interest topic, the topic I am interested in. So how we can deal with grief by practicing mudita. So this is, I think this is kind of the interesting for those who are doing meditation. So first of all, I'll share the how we can deal with grief by practicing anapana. We all know anapana. So the grief is actually it's because of the loss of something we care or the someone we love. Let me share the PowerPoints. I think it is easier. Okay. So the grief is due to the loss of a loved one. But some scholars, some researcher, they also find out that it's because of the loss of the thing we attach or the thing we care. So the grief can be caused due to the loss of non-living things or living things. So here we have three parts: the loved one, person or thing, or the second is loss, and the third is love. So these three parts are related to grief. So loved one may be a person or maybe a thing, or the loss and the love. So when we study the Buddhism, we can study that the person or a thing, for example, a thing that a person actually, if we look at from the reality point of view, the ultimate reality point of view, there's no person, right? There's no person. These are the five aggregates. So we all know already the five aggregates. So we have mind, we have body, and we have feeling, we have memories, and then we have kind of the what to call the sankhara. Sankhara is the mental formation. Mental formation. So these are the five aggregates. There's no person, male or female. From the reality point of view, from the ultimate reality point of view. But we think that what we think. Okay, this is a person. This is a person. And from the reality point of view, everything is impermanent. Everything is impermanent. We are also impermanent. The body is impermanent. The mind is impermanent. But we think the loved one or the loved thing is impermanent. So we try to grasp and we try to attach them. And we have the kind of the misconception on it like that. And another point of view is we all are like of the kind of not favorable, like asubha, no? Asubha. We call in Pali asubha. Not beautiful, and it's a foul, and it's nothing to be attached like that. But we all think that, oh, my wife is beautiful and my husband is handsome and my children are really cute like that. So we enjoy and we have the kind of we attach the outlook of the appearance. So that is, we think asubha as subha. We think anicca as nature, like that. Then we think that, like, okay, the Buddha said the life is suffering. There is suffering in life. So we all have suffering, but we still think that we have no suffering. Like we have sukha, pleasure. We look for the pleasure, we have pleasure. Then we think that the dukkha as sukha. So that these are the all ignorance, because of the ignorance that we are having things. That's why when we encounter the loss in life, or the loss of loved one, for example, a loved person, loved mother, beloved father, beloved husband, beloved son, daughter. So when we encounter the loss and we have shokha, because we have kind of those misconception. We think that we have to live with our loved one, wife, husband, children forever. We have to live forever. But even not forever, of course, we will live long together with them, like that. So starting from that misperception and misunderstanding and the wrong attitude, wrong thinking, whatever we say, then the grief arises. So we will talk about the Buddhist concept of love today, and the Buddhist concept of loss today, and Buddhist concept of the person. I just talk about the Buddhist concept of a person So it's impermanent, it's not beautiful, it's not pleasurable, but okay, we think that in opposite way, that's why we all have grief. Okay, so the next one, loss. The next one, let me talk to. Okay, yes. So loss. Loss, according to the Pali literatures, that for me, Theravada Buddhism, so I study Theravada Buddhism. So according to the Theravada Buddhist Pali text, there are 5 types of loss. Because of these 5 types of loss, the grief arises, our soka arises. So first one is Nyati Vyasana. Nyati Vyasana means is loss of relatives, loss of relatives. Loss of relatives including our husband, wife, children, parents, etc., siblings or whatever. Yeah. And then the second is loss of wealth, is Bhoga Vyasana. So when we encounter the loss of our properties, of course, soka arise. And loss of health due to illness. So we are healthy now, but sometimes we feel illness, like we feel kind of the we are ill and disease, you know, and unexpectedly we experience with the bad disease or cancer, for example, cancer or things. So these kind of things, Roga Vyasana. So when we face with those the experiences, then we have Shoka. So this is third loss. And the fourth loss is loss of morality, is Sila Vyasana. Sila Vyasana. So Sila Vyasana means like sometimes we cannot observe precept. For example, a person who tell lies, then she or he feel guilty conscious, yeah, and then soccer is guilty conscious is one characteristics of the soccer. Guilt is one characteristics. So then at that moment we have soccer because of loss of the morality, loss of sila. And then the last one is loss of right view, ditti. Ditti is wrong view. Wrong view. Sometimes we have the wrong view, then we feel guilty after, after getting back to the normal. Yeah. So the first 3 we can find in the Buddhist psychology. Oh, sorry, Western psychology. The first 3 can be found in the Western psychology, but the last 2 are only found in the Buddhism or Buddhist psychology. So the last 2 are more important for all of us because these 2 can bring us down to a miserable realms like like hell. And yeah, so these last 2 are important: loss of morality and loss of right view. Okay, so Buddhist concept of love, this we are discussing. We have been discussing for now is 4 days already. So Metta, Karuna, Mudita, these all are unselfish types of loves, and these loves have no attachment because these Brahmavihara loves, love to all beings, no discrimination. No discrimination with maybe this is near to me, this is closer to me, this is far to me. We don't have things. We have the finally level by level, finally we love to all beings. So that's why we don't feel soccer if we love each other with metta, karuna, and mudita. But we have another types of loves in Buddhism. These are the couple love and family love. So couple love, we call it tanha pema. Pema. So tanha. So tanha is the craving. So it means that we love with craving, we love with clinging. This is the couple love, couple love. And the family love in Pali we call is gehasita pema. So household love. So we love among the siblings, among the family members. So these are the types of the family loves. So these types of loves have attachment. That's why we have to suffer from soccer. Okay, so these are the Buddhist concept of love. Buddhist concept of love. So we can see here how we have to love. In when I study the Western psychology, there is the one theory, attachment theory. Attachment theory is the founded by the John Bowlby in the West around 1970. 1970. So that theory mentioned that when we were young, we have to depend on our parents. So a child who brought up properly with the proper caring, or he or she receives the caring from the parents, and then the proper guidance from the parents, or especially the secure attachment. They call it secure attachment. Secure attachment. The attachment caring securely, then that child has resilience to grief. He can overcome grief more easily than the other one, like that. Then if we have the very good relationship, so then the attachment theory say, of course, we can support each other, and then we can overcome grief, like that. In Buddhism, the Buddha also encouraged the good relationship among us, like between others. In Singhalavada Sutta, the Buddha mentioned how to the obligations of the husband, obligations of the wife, like that. So the duties of the children, the duties of the students, teachers, something like that. So if we look at that sutta, this discourse, we can understand that the Buddha also encouraged healthy relationship among the family members. But the Buddha does not encourage attachment love. Attachment love. So Buddha encouraged metta love, karuna love, mudita love, like that. So as long as we have the attachment love, as long as we have the craving love, clinging love, of course, we will be suffer from sokka when we encounter the loss, or maybe on the day that we have to say goodbye to each other. Because every one of us, we have to say goodbye one day or at a time, like maybe 9:30, I have to say goodbye to you, and then our lecture is already completed, finished, like that. So before we depart each other, how shall we communicate each other, and how shall we love each other, like that? So this is really important, really important. Every one of us have to say goodbye to our beloved one day. Sometimes we have to say goodbye for temporarily. Sometimes we have to say goodbye forever. Yeah. So I think some of you has experience with soccer already in your life, maybe. Yeah. So please let's discuss a little bit. Yeah, let's discuss a little bit. And if you have experience with the loss of loved one during the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, you can share. and then yeah, and I will continue about my presentation. So now I have talked about the grief. Why grief arise? Because of the loss of loved one or things. So we have three parts: a loved person or a loved thing, or a loved thing. First one. The second one is loved, the loss, and the third is loved. So the grief is related to the loved one, loss, and love. So I discuss about the Buddhist concept of a person, a Buddhist concept of loss, and a Buddhist concept of love in very brief brief way, because we don't have much time. Yeah. So, and before we continue, shall we discuss about our experiences? Of course, I have also grieving problem in the past. So maybe some of you also can share. Yeah. So let's start our discussion here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayya. So if you wanted to have any comments, you wanted to share or talk something, just please unmute yourself and go ahead. We just want one person at a time, but please go ahead. Anything? Okay, yes, Murli, please go ahead.
Vandami, Ayyaji. Yeah, my question is for the loved ones, we always have a attached. I mean, if a loved one goes out and then we feel like, okay, is she or he is safe, whether he's traveling towards the destination, and maybe when they are about to come back, we feel that secureness of our attachment towards it, like whether they have reached home or not, will have some anxiety. And probably my way of thinking is totally in a different form. Like we hate somebody, and we see that they are also in a very we hate so much, and things are not impermanent. We feel they are also fine, and then so the hatred and the attachment towards it seems to be both are in the same track probably. So is there why we have that hatred towards suppose we say neighbors also probably will have some sort of, so why these two things are actually in opposite direction, so that we can have some in the middle of that, and then we can have a progress with not hatred or something like that. Thank you, Ayaji.
So okay, let me clear your question. So you're asking about you have the loved one, so we have the loved one, so we can have the attachment. But sometimes we have the hatred one, so we have hatred, like that. So your question is how to balance these two, or is that related to the soccer?
Yes, absolutely correct, Ayaji.
How to balance hatred and attachment?
Yes, Ayaji.
Okay, yeah. This is a very good question, because both are suffering actually, right? So both attachment and the hatred generates suffering because it is loba and dosa. So yeah, but this is these are the two extremes. So sometimes we have too much attachment. Sometimes we have too much hatred, like that. This is the two extremes that we have. So that's why. So whenever, like in Mudita practice, for example, Mudita practice, we have 4 steps. We have 4 steps. The first one is we have to practice mudita towards our achievement. Yeah, we have to appreciate ourselves first. So this is first step. The second step is we have to appreciate the success or achievement of our loved ones, the one we care, the one we are very close, like father, mother, or like the husband, wife, like that. So the one you love, like that. And then the third is the middle person. It's called is a stranger. Yeah, maybe the people, the neighbors, or the co-workers, like that. The last one is very important. That one is wary. Wary is the enemy, or the one we have conflict, the one we hate, like that, like that. So this is the maybe the neighbor or maybe anybody. Yeah. So these are the things. So these 4 steps we have to practice step by step. Why? We have to start from ourselves because we love ourselves most. Sometimes we say, oh, I love my wife, I love my husband, my child. No, but actually we love ourselves most. So that this is the what you call attachment. The most attachment we have is ourselves. So this is one extreme, and gradually we come to the middle, no? Middle, the stranger, and then we go to the another extreme is the enemy. So we have to balance ourselves, these things. So in reality, in real practice, if you can have the same emotion, the same mudita, the same metta, garuna, mudita mind to those 4 types of person, then you are successful. You are 100% successful in your practice. If, for example, you can feel metta, okay, metta for yourself, metta for your children, for your close one, loved one, but you have a little bit less, less intensity of metta to the stranger, a little bit. And then for the enemy, for the one you have conflict, you cannot have metta. So it is not the balanced one. So it means that your practice is not fully successful, like that. Like that. That's why in Visuddhimagga, it mentions the 4 types of the 4 levels of the practice: self, oneself, and then the loved one, the stranger, neither you love or hatred. Then the 4th one is the one you hate. So by that way, you can practice, try to balance, not too much attachment, not too much hatred. One interesting thing is when we talk about soka, grief, the grief can be caused because of the hatred also, not only attachment. Sometimes, for example, one case, a lady or a girl, she fought with her mother. She did not talk to her mother for many, many years. Then, when her mother died, she felt grief, so intense grief. Why? She felt very, very guilty, like, oh, before she died, I didn't talk to her much and I didn't care her much, like that. So the guilty conscious make her more suffering, like that. So that's why not only attachment in principally, but also the hatred also can generate the soka. Yeah. So because these 2 are 2 extremes that what to say, that can create more suffering. More suffering. Yeah, I hope it is clear for you.
Murli, do you have a follow-up? Did you get the answer to your question?
Yeah, thank you, Ayyaji. But I would say that we have to practice every day giving the metta, karuna, mudita to all the four types of people. Then only the actual practice will be stabilized, right, Ayya ji?
Yeah, that's right.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Ayya.
Yeah, I see a comment in the chat box. A question basically, Vandami Ayya ji, how to deal with toxic environment in the office? Most of the time, I lose control of what I do.
Okay. This is the yeah. I think the other day also I talked about this. It's up to your attitude. It's up to the way how you look at them. Now you say that in your sentence it's mentioned toxic environment. So you have a kind of bad impression already on that environment. So you think that it is a toxic. So whenever you behave to your environment, you will behave based on your perception, your attitude. Okay, you all are toxic, so I must behave like this. So I think that will be the kind of the you are our mind is like the magnet, no? Our mind is like a magnet. If we have the attitude like toxics, then toxic people will come to us. The toxic behavior, toxic speeches will come to us. Toxic actions will come to us. So first of all, I like to suggest you, please change your attitude first. Change your way of looking at them, the point of view first. Okay, the environment is bad, but there are some goodness in them. Okay, the toxins, of course, but sometimes the toxins also good for the some way, somehow, like that. So, okay, they are bad. They are kind of how to say, not good to you, so that you becomes more mature. You becomes more you becomes more kind of the patient, like that, so that some way somehow you can thank to them. You feel gratitude to that environment, so that please try to look at the good points of them, the good points of the environment. And another thing is, please change your attitude. Change your attitude. Don't think it is the toxic. Then there's no toxic. There's no toxic. Yeah. So if you try to change your attitude, like, okay, that I can create a happy environment. So the happy things, the happy behaviors, actions, speeches will come to you. So the first thing is change your attitude. Please don't think that it is toxic. And the second is, okay, even the bad environment has the good things. So these two things will be helpful for you to be happy at your office. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayya. I see one raised hand from Rambali Palji. Please go ahead.
Vandami Ayya ji.
Yes.
My question is regarding since we are knowing the Dhamma little bit, whether I am audible on here, Ayya ji?
Yeah, we can hear you, Rambali ji. Please go ahead.
Okay. My question is just we know the Dhamma little bit, and we know about the death of loved one. There is their karma or the time of life span was like that, and then he died. But after that, after some time, after in some situation, identical situation, like father or brother, we remember him. Even in the sleep, we see some dreams also. Father or brother or loved one, whatever we lose. So what is this? Whether this is attachment is still there? Because we often in some situation identical to that previous, we remember that, oh my father, if my father had told me that in this situation this should be, you should done, what is the reaction and other. And even dream also, sometimes they come in the dream also saying something, whether we remember it or not, but it comes. So my question is whether attachment is still there. We are not totally free from attachment of that loved one. Or in this situation, what we should do? Please guide.
Mhm. Yeah. It is. It happens to many people, bereaved people. It is kind of the common symptoms of grief. When I interview with the grieving people in Myanmar, most of them mention about the dreams. Like, for example, one young lady, she's only 21, and she lost her beloved father, and her parents are divorced since she was in like 8th grade. Eighth grade. Then she had childhood trauma because of her father and mother. Then she grown up, and then at the age of 21, she lost her father. So she has no siblings around, no mother around, and so she father is one and only her attachment figure, and she lost her father. So she is the Christianity, and she is not a Buddhist. So because of her grief, whenever she sleeps in bedtime, she always miss her father like that. Until one year, she dreamed about her father, and she saw her father in the dreams like that. So it can be happens two options. One is like her, she has kind of the very intense grief. That's why her father is still in her dream like that. But for you, maybe because of maybe your father or your brother, so maybe they died a long time ago, or maybe a few years already, but you still sometimes, not very often, sometimes you are dreaming, you have dreams about them. So that is, of course, the first case. The girl who the Christian girl, her case is a little bit complicated because her father was one and only attachment figure for her, one and only person, the one she can depend on. So she was kind of the very serious case. But for your case, maybe not the serious, I guess. But we have the kind of the latent tendency we call anusaya kilesa. But in day-to-day life, no problem. We are happy. We can forget about our loved one. Okay, my father died already. My brother died already. But I don't miss them. I don't think of them. But in the dream, when we have a kind of very less object that we need to detect. So when we are alone or when we sleep, then we start dreaming about them. That is, we can see as anusaya kilesa, latent tendency. So it means that the attachment aroused that moment, your attachment aroused that time. So I can say that this is because of your attachment. So how can we practice? So I like to encourage to practice the Chittanupassana. Chittanupassana. Chittanupassana is the contemplation of mind. So every moment, every time, check your mind. Check your mind while you are talking. Or sometimes you may think of your father or brother or the loved one, that one. No problem. Check your mind, check your mind. So you will see your attachment. So when you see your attachment, when you notice your attachment, don't reject. Just look at it. Okay, I acknowledge you, attachment. You are in my mind, no problem. I acknowledge. Then you can gradually heal your attachment by noticing it all the time, noticing it or acknowledging it all the time, like that. So this is the one way, the Chitta Nupassana. No? So another way is, for example, if you feel very sad, for example, you dream about your father, your brother, but the next morning when you wake up, when you think of your dream, you feel very sad and I miss them so much or whatever. So this is another case already, not a normal grief already. It is a little bit complicated already. So if like this, please think of the happy days with them, the happy memories with them. So you have done many things for your father, or he has done many things for you, like that. So you can think of only the good things. Then you can heal your grief at that moment. Yeah. So this is a kind of the way, healing grief with mudita and healing or the eradicating your attachment by Chittanupassana. So these are the two ways that I usually do. Thank you.
Yes, on one more situation, just like you told about that girl, she lost her father. Sometimes we tell something horrible to our relative and he passes away. Then guilt comes in the mind. Oh, why I should not tell like that to him. It was my wrong conversation with him, and that guilt grows gradually, and it becomes very difficult to come out. In that situation, whether Chitta Anupasana will help?
Yes. It is also Chittanupassana is helpful. Whenever you have guilty conscious, then you can be mindful. You can be aware of that guilty conscious without rejection, without pushing it away. No, I don't like. This is not good. No, just acknowledge it and then just try to aware it. And then gradually you will understand the nature of the guilt, why it is happened, how it is happening, when it is arising, when it is passing away. So you will understand gradually the nature of the guilt. So then finally, because of your understanding of on the your feeling, that emotion, then it will be gone. It will be gone. So this is self-healing. Now we are talking, or now we are discussing, now you are listening to my talks, but this is just the knowledge level. But when you practice yourself, so you can heal yourself completely. Otherwise, just only the knowledge. So Chaitanya is helpful for the guilt. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dr. Kamal Kishorji, please.
Vandami Ayyaji. I want to ask that while sitting in meditation, I first start to remember my merits, and by remembering my merits, I feel happiness, piti. Then I used to start giving metta to all persons, and then after that I used to start Buddhanusati, whether this process or this sequence is right for getting more concentration or samadhi.
In my personal opinion, too many methods in one sitting is not very effective. So maybe you can start with mudita first. So you try to think of the good things, and then your kusala that you have done, whatever. Then you go to the meditation, like the anapana or vipassana. So that is okay. But if you have many like mudita, then metta, then bodhanosati, then you go to the anapana or things. So that is the kind of, you have to change the type of meditation very often, so it does not support your concentration. So what I can suggest is you can start with like metta or mudita first, then you go on practice the anapana. Yeah, that anapana, then we vipassana, or maybe, yeah. So it is, I think, more effective. Thank you.
One more question. If in the morning, if I practice mudita and metta, and in evening I should practice anapana and vipassana, then it can have, it can,
Oh, yeah.
can I do like that?
Yes, it's okay, because in the morning time, for example, you have to go to the office, or you have many things to do. So you do the mudita and metta, then you feel fresh, and then you have the kind of the samadhi concentration. You can get concentration very quickly. Then you look at the day with mudita, the day with metta. Then okay, very good. And then you have time in the evening, you have more time, more personal time, so you practice anapana vipassana. So it is also very effective. Yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Ayya. I see one comment here, Ayya. Just wanted to thank, I think, Vandami Ayya ji. Your talk is so blissful. Thank you so much for your Dhamma teaching.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Are there any other comments, or anybody wanted to share something? Please go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, Thai, please go ahead.
Ayya ji, it's really very important that in our day-to-day life, our behavior should change. It's wonderful. Your minor tips are helping to develop the mindset.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Thai. Any other comments? Anybody wanted to say anything?
Okay, one question in the chat box. How should we practice to attain first jhana? Yeah, if you want to attain jhana, you have to practice only anapana. Only anapana, because anapana is the very basic and very the foundation to attain the jhana. So in anapana also you practice the samatha pathway, not vipassana pathway. Yeah. So in anapana we can practice in the samatha pathway and vipassana pathway. So samatha yanika or vipassana yanika. So if you want to attain first jhana, you can just practice anapana only. Only just focus on the breath, in breath and out breath. Then lastly, at least you can practice for 1 hour. 1 hour for the anapana. One hour for the anapana. Then you can increase 115, 130, 1.5 hour gradually, and up to 3 hours at least. 3 hours at least. We need time. We need more sitting hours if we want to attain the jhana. Then you can read how to practice step by step, but in very general way, we have to practice only Anapana. Forget about everything. Just focus on the air. Breathe in, breathe out. In breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, all the time. One pointed, only one pointed. When I practice samatha, wherever I went, arms round, or to the toilet, or to the bathroom, or to the dining hall, to the chanting hall, whatever. Only I focus on Anapana, my breath. While I am talking also, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath. So only one job, one and only job. Then gradually your concentrations developed and you can attain jhana. So only one meditation object is the breath, the air, like that.
Thank you, Ayya. I do not see any more raised hand, Ayya. And online too, I did not see any question. So you can continue now, Ayya.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
think there is something up came up in the chat. Okay, Ayyaji, it's a message. Vandami Ayyaji, sometime it happens there is kind of storm in mind. At intellectual level, we know everything about meditation, but in that situation, not able to implement any of the methods like Anapana or Vipassana. How to deal with this situation?
Yeah, that's right. Even though we are the regular meditator, sometimes it happens. It happens. Sometimes the situation is very bad. Then we are out of control. We cannot control our emotions, and yeah, it's terrible emotions coming in. This is sometimes it can happen. So here the daily life practice is it's important. Not only sitting meditation, daily life practice means every moment we have to, every moment is meditation moment. Meditation moment. Not only in front of the Buddha image and on the cushion, but also while we are talking, while we are eating, while we are listening to the other people, or while we are cooking. Yeah, these things. So every different individuals has different practice. Some people practice mudita, some people practice karuna, some people practice metta, some practice satipatthana. So it's you can select anything which is okay for you. For example, if you want to practice mudita, I have talked a lot, yeah, many things already. So even in the bad situation, we can look at, for example, you are so upset with one person, for example, or maybe you have a fight with your loved one, something like that, or with your boss, for example. Yeah, for example, you have a fight with your boss. You don't like him. You don't want to look at his face. You don't want to hear his voice, his sound, whatever. Okay, so you hate him a lot because he made you very terrible. So when you have a kind of the very how to say, serious anger, super anger, then you should not think of, you stop thinking of the blaming him and then blaming yourself and the bad things in him. But please try to think of his, maybe sometimes he smile at you. Sometimes he say hello to you, but try to enlarge it. Try to enlarge it. Okay, he smiled at me, and then I was happy also on that day, something like that. So it means that the good things that you have that he has done to you. This is mudita. If you want to practice with the satipatthana, check your mind, chittanupassana. For example, you are aware of your anger one time, another time, angry mind again, angry mind again, angry mind again. Try to be mindful, try to be mindful, try to be mindful. Then the anger, the level becomes decrease and decrease and decrease. So sometimes you whenever you have angry, you try to throw the things. Yeah? Some people, you throw the telephone, throw the glasses, whatever. So it's the action with the anger. But sometimes when you get angry, you try to speak whatever you like. Okay, oh, you are so bad, blah, 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 so many things. Then if you are mindful, if you become aware of your anger, then you know yourself, the consequences of the angry mind. You feel very tired, you feel very suffering, you feel very hot in your heart. So you dare not to be angry, dare not to be angry. It becomes like that. So gradually your anger, the moment of the angry mind, the moment of the angry mind becomes shorter, shorter, shorter. So that my suggestion is, in daily life practice is really important to manage your emotions, negative emotions. You cannot stop right away if you don't practice in daily life. You cannot control yourself straight away, right away, if you do not practice in daily life. That's why try to be aware of your mind, try to develop the mudita, appreciative joy, try to develop the compassion, karuna, try to develop the loving kindness, metta, whatever. You can select which one is suitable for you. Then it will be helpful. Okay. Thank you, I think.
Yeah. Thank you, Ayya. We see one more question. Do you want to take that one, Ayya? What is difference between Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana?
Chittanupassana is the knowing your mind. If we simply say knowing your mind, and is contemplation of contemplating the mind. And Dhammanupassana is knowing the Dhamma. Dhamma is apart from our body, apart from mind, apart from feelings. The rest are Dhamma. Like sometimes we have the kind of the realization. Sometimes we have what to call the Dhamma is really wide. Dhammanupassana is really wide. Like anicca, dukkha, anatta, these all are things also involved. And then the full, what to call the seven bojjhanga also involved. Piti, pasati, every seven bojjhanga also involved. So in Dhammanupassana is many things. I recommend you to read the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So it explains very detailed about the difference between Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana. Yeah? Okay.
If I may add to that one, Ayya, earlier last year when we had a chance to have your Dhamma Desna earlier, we did a 4-week series there as well. 4 weeks, 8 session actually. Every week there were 2 sessions. And those sessions were on Kayanupassana 1 week, Chittanupassana 1 week, Dhammanupassana 1 week, and Vedananupassana 1 week. So those sessions are also available up on the YouTube if you search by Ayya Pannatheri or by the name or join our look into our channel, you would see that too. So just wanted to add in there. So thank you, Ayya. I do not see any more question, Ayya. So if you wanted to continue, please do, Ayya.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so shall we do a short meditation today? So before closing our lecture, so shall we do a short meditation? Yeah. Then today we will I talk about the grief. So we will think of the, I'm not sure all of you has the lost loved one, but some of you may have, some of you may not have, whatever. We will do we will practice the meditation, Mudita meditation, for our parents, related to our parents today. Yeah, okay. So let's start our meditation practice. Okay, so please prepare yourself to meditate. So first of all, try to prepare yourself. Try to prepare yourself in a comfortable position. And also check your mind. Sometimes the mind is wandering and still thinking. So try to relax your mind and body. Then take a few moments and bring your attention to the body to establish the sense of the body. Knowing that you are sitting right here, right now. Please focus on the present moment, knowing that you're sitting at this present moment. We'll start to settle down the mind in the present moment. Bring your attention to the body and focus on a significant sensation. It might be either the sensation of breathing in or the sensation of breathing out. Please focus on the breath at the tips of the nostril. In breath, out breath. In breath, out breath. When you focus on your body, you may notice any discomfort, tension, or difficulty you may be feeling right now. Just try to know it. Sometimes our mind is in the past, sometimes in the future. So please come back to the present moment, right here, right now. What is happening in the body? Discomfort, tension, or lightness, relaxation, anything. We can feel them, we can be aware of them. So we may try to focus on the light part of the body. Try to focus on the relaxed part of the body. Your eyes are good enough. Your ears are good enough. Nose, face, neck, all are good enough. Health, also good. Okay, so you may focus on your breath as well to develop the concentration. Breathe in, breathe out. In breath, out breath. In breath, out breath. Whatever the negative emotion arises, don't reject, don't refuse, accept it. Whatever the thoughts arises, no problem. Don't reject. Just breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We all get together today. Very fortunate. We all are discussing the Buddha's teachings today. We all have very good karma. We all are discussing about the mind, how to purify the mind, how to develop the samadhi, how to practice the sila and morality. We have done huge merits this morning, this evening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We have done kusala. So we start appreciating it. Breathing in, appreciating. Breathing out with appreciation as well. We try to appreciate ourselves. We try to appreciate the kusala that we have done. So we can think of the day one. Day one of the Mudita journey, we have learned about what is Mudita, what are the benefits of the Mudita, what are the four Brahma Viharas, and we have practiced in our daily life. Oh, this is very good experience. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We appreciate it. We have done the kusala since day one. And day two, we have also discussed about how to practice mudita. And we have practiced, we have learned how to appreciate others, how to appreciate our family members and our friends, our colleagues at the office. We have learned how to appreciate other people. Oh, this is really good karma. It's a huge merit and huge kusala that we have done. Mudita is the practice of the Brahma. Very, very noble practice. We have studied, we have practiced. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We have practiced mudita. And the third day, yesterday, we have also discussed and shared our practice experiences. And we have also discussed about how to practice mudita, how to practice self-appreciation, and how to appreciate others. We also discussed about the dana, the charity yesterday. Everything we talk about were all Buddha's teachings. Then please try to appreciate yourself. Breathe in with appreciation. Breathe out with appreciation. Breathe in with appreciation. Breathe out with appreciation. Okay, so we may start to think of our parents. Some of you may have the parents who passed away already. Some of you may have the parents who are still alive. You can think of your parents. They have worked hard in their life. Along your education life, maybe your primary level, grade 1, grade 2, secondary level, and the high school and university. They have supported and they have done a lot for you. Please think very carefully and try to appreciate them. If you don't think, if you don't appreciate, there will be the blames. How much they work hard. You will see only the weaknesses in them. So please try to look at the strengths of them, their strengths. And there are many, many things that they have done for you. Okay, Mom, I really appreciate everything that you have done for me, every single thing that you have done for me, Mom. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mommy. I really appreciate your loves and your caring. So if your parent, if your mother or father has passed away, you can also think of the happy memories that you spent with your mother, the happy days, happy memories that you have had with your father, one by one, and appreciate them. You may have kind of thinking there are limits, the limits of your mother, the limits of your father. No problem. Everybody has limits. We should accept their limits. Although they are poor, although they have limitations in education, but they have done a lot. So please try to value it. Please try to value it. Please try to thank to them. So please think of one of your parents, mother or father, and try to think what he or she has done for you in your life. Please take a few moments for that. If you need the concentration, please come back to the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Then you can develop mudita again. When you finish mother, you can think of your father. If you feel grief, then you may have the sadness or the painful feeling may arise in your mind, in your heart, then you can try to keep on thinking of the goodness and good memories with your mother or with your father. When you have the connection with your father, with your mother, heart to heart, your heart and your mother's heart are connected, and your heart and your father's heart are connected. Although you are away from each other, you are connected. This connection, this mudita connection, can heal your soul, can heal your soul. Okay, so we may come back to the tips of the nostril and focus on the breath, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath. Breathe in fully and breathe out fully. Breathe in fully and breathe out fully. So we really appreciate this present moment. We all get together to learn the Buddha's teachings, to discuss about the Buddha's teachings. We have very good karma. We become good Buddhas, good practitioners. So this is very, very precious moment for all of us. Thank you very much. So you may open your eyes gently and mindfully. And gently return attention to the space around you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Ayya. That was indeed wonderful.
Okay, so today we have the longest the meditation session. It's about 20 minutes today. I hope it is not very boring.
It was wonderful, Ayya.
Okay, so I think that's all for today. If you have any sharing, if you have any comments, please let me know. So today is our last day of our gathering lecture. So yeah, and I have tried my best to share my knowledge, but okay, of course, because of the language barrier, I cannot speak in Hindi and Magadhi, so maybe you may have the difficulty to listen to English. And I have also difficulty in, speaking. It's not my native language, so we have tried all our best. So we should be proud of it. We should really appreciate all our hard work during these 9 days. During the Mudita journey, we have accomplished successfully. We have done today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah. Okay. One thing. I will have the Satipatthana journey. Satipatthana 4 weeks with the Hungarian people online in April. I have already requested them for their permission, so they are happy to to invite every one of you. So if you would like to join, also you can join that online series. So it will be in April. I will keep in touch with Panjaji, yeah, and Dr. Sheetal. So you can check in your group, WhatsApp group.
Yes, yeah. Whenever you pass on the information to us, we will let the people know if they wanted to join. They absolutely can. And meantime, if you feel like you wanted us to connect with the organizer directly, so feel free to do that as well. I just wanted to read one comment here, Ayya, for you. Vandami Ayya, whether you are coming to India in Buddha Purnima or other time, and we want to learn the meditation under your guidance in India or in Burma at your center. So if there are any such possibilities, Ayya, please share with us. We will pass on to the group here.
Okay, yeah. I will let you know, yeah, if I have the online retreats for the foreign participants. From time to time, I am giving Dhamma talks. Yeah, but I have no plan to come to India so far. Last year, some of your
Yes, Ayya.
participants invited me, but unfortunately, I couldn't make because I went to Korea, so I canceled the India trip. So yeah.
Yeah, so if there are no more questions or anything here, do I have your permission to take the session towards closing, Ayya?
Oh, one
I would
person online. May we have session on Samta Brahma? Sorry,
Samatha
Samta
Brahma
Brahma.
Vihara, I think yeah, they meant to say Metta maybe. I don't know, Samatha.
Samta. Oh, okay, I see.
So maybe
Samta is Buddha.
yeah, maybe Metta, that's what they meant to say. Maybe spelling mistake there.
No, Metta as a samatha might be asking like that.
Metta as a samatha. Okay, yeah, that make more sense, Tai. Thank you, Tai, for correcting. So there is a request for a Metta Brahma Vihara session, just like we did with Mudita, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, I wanted to kind of remind here, we had those 4-week session with Ayyaji last year. And we took 2 sessions on each one of the Kayanupassana, Chittanupassana, Vedananupassana, and Dhammanupassana. So please feel free to go through that, and we will try to work out with this new request whenever Ayya has time. Yeah, so there is a clarification there. Yeah. Upekha Brahma Vihara is what they are asking.
Really, but they're asking about Pekka.
Oh, Upeka. Okay. But in daily life, according to my experience, Metta, Karuna, Mudita are more applicable than Upeka. So Upeka is if you do the regular practice, and it's easier, but otherwise it is difficult. So I mean for the genuine upakana, not the thing. So Mita, you can since you are living in India, so I hope you are already familiar with the teachings of the Goengaji. So you can he is teaching Mita a lot already. So yeah, that's why I focus on Mudita, and then maybe I can do the Garuna later on. Yeah, like that.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
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 Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so on behalf of all the participants, I wanted to express the gratitude, Ayya, and request you to please do Punyanumodan for us, Ayya.
Okay. Sabbe tiyo vivachandu soko roko vina satu mate bhavon tondarayo sukhi di gayuko bhava abhivadana sile sanicham voda bhajayino chattaro dhamma vatandu ayuvano sukhambalam. So all of you have participated these Mudita Jani actively and wholeheartedly, and you have all discussed and shared and raised the question. So these all are the very, very huge kusala. We have done kusala. So because of these kusalas, may you all be happy, healthy, wealthy in your daily life. And may you all be peaceful in the Dhamma. May you all be free from danger. And may you all be able to live with Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upaka in your daily life. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Ayya. Ayya, there is a request here. If you could share your contact information, where we can ask you questions. So they just wanted to see if
I think I have all shared last time. Okay.
yes, yeah, you shared the contact information on yesterday or last week's session, so we can share it onto the group as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you usually use the WhatsApp, so but I usually use the Viber, not the WhatsApp. But anyway, if I see the message, I will reply.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much, Ayya. With your permission, do I have the do I have your permission to close the session, Ayya, today?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Much
much.
gratitude to you, Ayya. Thank you very much. Much
Thank you.
merit to you, Ayya, for sharing the Dhamma with us. And we'll again try to see if we can arrange some sessions with you, Ayya, as per the request.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo Buddhassa.
Namo Buddhassa.